You are about to witness the dawning of the stern age in American literature. You'll see the world pay homage to the king of all media, and you'll be escorted into the Stern's ancestral home. It's a journey of classical proportions with Howard Stern on tour. Hello, I'm Patrick McNee. Welcome to Howard Stern on Tour, E's 60-minute odyssey with the king of all media. When we first started planning this show, we looked on it as a documentary on how to market a book. But then something truly amazing happened. Howard Stern's Private Parts book tour became a story that transcended mere entertainment. The hero of this story is an intensely private man who has become a roaring literary lion. It happens once in a lifetime. A performer comes along who has the ability to dominate the entire entertainment spectrum. How is it that one visionary can excite radio audiences and television audiences and have time to be a great humanitarian?
I want to thank you for the phone calls, for the advice, and just for the inspiration.
Oh, you know you can always call on me.
All while writing the #1 book in the country.
I'll tell you, people are really responding to the book.
It hardly seems fair that one man has amassed so many gifts. No one, not Ernest Hemingway, not Herman Melville, not even the great storyteller Mark Twain, has been able to equal the triple threat that is Howard Stern. Howard Stern's Private Parts has sold at a faster rate than any book in the 70-year history of the publishing house Simon & Schuster.
It's good, clean American literature.
The sensation surrounding the book has projected Howard's image into every aspect of American life. This show celebrates not just a career, not just a man, but a phenomenon, an American original. Hemingway, Melville, Twain. Howard Stern is in impressive company. But to be honest, one must admit none of those writers had the staggering cultural impact of Stern. And none of them had their journey to the top of the literary world recorded on videotape. But like any journey with Howard Stern, this one must begin at the fountain of free expression that is his radio show.
I get up at 5, about 4:45 in the morning.
10 to 5 in the morning, I get to his house. Anywhere between 5 and 5 after 5, he comes out.
I take a shower the night before. I'm all set. I've packed my food up for the morning. You see, I'm constantly eating throughout the show.
Then we race into the city because he's late. We talk for 5 minutes from between his house and the expressway. When we get on the expressway, he meditates.
I do transcendental meditation in the car for 20 minutes. See, a lot of people don't know that I meditate.
We drive in, get to the city. I get on my little car phone, I call upstairs, somebody comes down to meet him.
I get it to work at 5:30, I read some papers, I eat breakfast. 6 o'clock, I hit the air.
We're back with the Howard.
Damn right we're back.
We're back, we're back.
I was talking to David during the commercials about my book.
Uh-huh.
How difficult it was to write. I believe I've written the best book ever written. I swear to God. You know what they told me at Simon & Schuster? And they all hated me over at Simon & Schuster when I started.
Yeah.
That they actually loved the book. And that, I think this is the finest book ever written.
Especially
it's
about
a substantial
you. It's the best
book.
book about you, probably.
No, not about me. It's a substantial book
It's the best book ever.
I think it is.
He's not
You're talking about
qualifying,
For Whom
David.
the Bell Tolls. You're talking about The Great Gatsby. I mean, you're
All
talking.
of those.
Oh yeah, well, I would
I'm
think
telling
so.
you.
I mean,
I'm telling you, it's a really good book.
It's
Yeah.
the best book ever. Why do you want him to qualify?
I
You
didn't
will
like
laugh.
Tolstoy
You will
that much.
laugh your ass off. You will laugh your ass off.
Yeah. Dostoevsky wasn't that great. When like people sitting there and go, "Hey, you think Dostoevsky was great? You should read Stern."
The beauty of radio is that there are no cameras and people tend to forget that they're even doing any kind of broadcast. After a while, sometimes they forget they're on any kind of air and they lose themselves because we start talking so naturally.
She's putting out a workout tape?
She already has one out. 1 and 2 and get rid of the gobbler under your neck.
You just get a guest in there and they forget what's going on. They forget there's an outside world. They forget the fact that anybody's listening in.
I was on the canal, like Sea Goddess too, and sailing off of Italy, France, and all that this summer. Took a vacation.
Right.
So anyway,
and you go there with your girlfriend, and she parades around in her little bathing suits, and all the old guys are like passing out.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, the normal.
Old guys like me.
Yeah,
David's used to that.
Yeah, I'm used to guys passing out.
Right.
So now.
And she parades around in her little thong and all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
not the thong, but a bikini.
I've had guests like come out of a commercial. Happened to David Brenner today. We were in a commercial, and then he came out and he was talking to me like we were off the air. I said, David, we've been on the air for 5 minutes. You know, he didn't know.
We'll be back right after these words.
Oh.
Man, I gotta tell you,
man?
it's friggin' hot in here, man. You look great. Thanks,
When's the book
Lost a little weight.
When's the book coming out?
I feel that this radio show is a reflection of real life. Don't people talk about just about everything in real life? You may not talk about it in every situation, but I sort of look at this as our private conversation that millions of people get to listen in on.
Over in the other booth is Robin Quivers, far, far away, so she can prepare news.
Howard and I started working this way in Washington. We had 2 separate studios. And now that I don't go away from the show at any time, that I'm constantly there, the only way I could possibly go through newspapers and filter through wire copy is if I have my own workspace. So it would be absolutely impossible for me to be in the studio and make the same mess that I work in here. So that's why we work in 2 separate places.
Here's Gary relating one-on-one with me after the show, and Jackie will listen in, so in case he has something to add.
Okay,
the floor is yours, Gary.
Here's your food right there.
Thank you.
First of all, I have a meeting Wednesday at 12:30.
Howard Stern as a boss is great. I mean, he loves to ride me, but he's also, you know, he rides me like a horse. But no, but he really is good to me. He's good to me in ways off the air that he probably wouldn't want me to tell anybody or nobody would believe. But when push comes to shove, he's really one of my biggest supporters, one of my biggest fans, and I think he's great.
Hey, let me show him around the office. Hold on to that thought, Gary. Just don't go anywhere.
No problem.
Here is our John Nagy. John Nagy. Remember, he was the original guy who taught me how to draw. And this is a wall. If you see over here, you got some camera equipment, but against the wall are drawings we do of Gary and our old producer, Dan Foreman. Just different cartoon drawings whenever we get in the mood. That's Jackie and Fred draw those with me. Hold on, here's one. Jackie is very proud of this one he drew. It's with the rolling eyes.
Move and see his ears wiggle.
Howard is probably one of the most unique individuals that you will ever meet on the face of this planet. As a boss,
As a boss, Howard is great, except, of course, when you're sitting there in the hot seat and everybody's on the attack.
Hey, I just got back from Cleveland. I really killed. Except, Roberto Santiago gave me a bad review.
Howard's a great guy, really is. He's always cool with me.
I'm quitting on Monday. No. Just kidding.
End the show, we hug. Will you behave
Get big today.
Well, Howard, another great week of shows. Will you stop?
That's the whole concept behind the show. Buddy atmosphere, locker room talk, bunch of guys hanging out, having a good time, talking about whatever's on their minds. Very natural. Have a lot of fun with it. Talk like normal people. You don't have to have a big dumb radio voice to do radio.
Our most articulate literary giant strides like a colossus across the world of talk shows. And the #1 best-selling author shares his wisdom with chosen celebrities when E's exclusive behind-the-scenes journey with Howard Stern on tour continues.
Well, can I have one?
Can you have one?
Yes.
Do you have $23?
Welcome back to Howard Stern on Tour. I'm Patrick McNee. Stern launched his quest to rule the world of media by conquering radio, but critics claimed television was beyond his grasp. Howard proved them wrong with his highly rated interview show here on E! The E! Show is often shot in New York, but when Howard flies to the West Coast to negotiate with movie studios, he conducts his interviews in E!'s LA headquarters. And he brings plenty of books with him.
till you see me after. I'll be like the Breck girl.
Every genius is meticulous in their preparation. Howard perceives the essence of a celebrity before the interview begins.
How prepared are you if I get into the weight discussion in the first segment? Like, are those tapes pretty much at your...
Yeah, I need a few seconds to get it cued because this is a little further in the tape, but it's not.
I find this interesting, and I would.
Everyone at E who works closely with Stern is aware of how much of himself he gave to create his literary masterpiece, Private Parts.
Oh, that is funny.
It's a mock-up. I don't even know that this is going to be the final thing.
Is that, you have two or more?
No,
You can rotate them out.
but obviously
So you're
want
gonna
them
present
back.
them and then take them
Right,
back, okay.
exactly.
They'll probably want it autographed and to take it home.
Look at that. Well, let's see.
A Howard Stern interview is more than an interview, it is an event. Celebrities waiting to talk with Howard are always filled with great anticipation.
Nice atmosphere, sort of a pagan. Gamba, the devil god, will make an appearance later. And then nude dancing women will sacrifice goats.
God, why do I feel like I'm about to be hung?
I don't want to miss a single moment.
When the moment arrives, Howard enters his domain with the regal authority of a Shakespearean hero.
10 seconds.
It's good to see you.
Here we go. Stand by. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Roll 7. Hand up on the sound. Stand by camera 2 with your move. Stand by their mic. Stand by hit him. Applause and John.
Excuse me. I apologize.
Stand by 1. Take 1. Stand by 3. Take 3. Stand by 1. Take 1.
You must be kidding.
I am not kidding. This is the information I have.
And you got a program and you don't know what the hell you're talking about?
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
So why did you want me on the
Does
show?
anybody know who Mark... Why did I want you on the show?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, that's a good question.
Howard selected Morg Helgenberger because she is a gifted actress. He felt she would help Howard illustrate another of his many talents, acting.
It's going to be great. Howard Stern acts. Okay, so you just get...
They chose a scene Howard could really sink his teeth into.
Screen test. Dracula love scene. Take 1.
Amina, greet and join me in eternal love.
Howard's thespian talents are significant, but overshadowed by the magnitude of his autobiographical achievement.
Where is my book? I want to show. I want to present Phil. Well, look at this. I do it all. I have my new book, Howard Stern's Private Parts. Did you read this yet?
No.
Well, I'd like to present you with a copy. And look at that. And there I am on the back, the author relaxing at home, as you can see.
All right.
In your bookstores now. And as you can see, I've gotten in shape for the cover, have I not?
You lost weight.
I lost 25 pounds. I've been working out with a trainer just for this particular shoot. Now I can go back to being a fat slob. It is a very good read. It is a bestseller.
Well, can I have one?
Can you have one?
Yes.
Do you have $23? And that's really what this show is all about, me getting to plug my own book.
Yeah.
That was fun.
We got it?
Yeah, we did.
Thank you, brother.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure did.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our show.
It's another show
It's
going on
a
in
great
the
pleasure
hall.
to be here today in this lovely toilet with my very dear friend and enemy. There he goes.
Thanks,
Stay
Uncle
on-
Milty. I'll see you.
Stay on the king, please. He's not the king. I'm the king. I'm the queen. He's the king.
A party for the world's greatest author turns into a coronation for the king of all media. And the pop of flashbulbs signal a new conquest as Howard Stern on tour continues. Hello again, I'm Patrick McNee with E's Howard Stern on tour. As the magnitude of Howard's writing accomplishment became apparent, he became the darling of the media. They realized what some of us had known all along, that whatever Howard touches turns to gold. We are about to join the gifted one behind the scenes posing for several magazine covers. But first, we'll see him working with Gotham City's most glamorous beauties to provide enticing introductions for each chapter in his book.
He is the king of all media, and he deserves this kind of publicity because, I mean, he's great. He keeps so many people entertained every day, driving to work, and he deserves this. He deserves the kind of success.
Writing a book is only half the task. Howard also strives to make sure word about Private Parts gets out to his fans. Knowing that he would become more than a voice on the radio, Howard has worked with rocker Dee Snider to improve his appearance. Watch as he prepares to pose for Entertainment Weekly.
When Dee Snider met me back in my NBC days, I was doing a Letterman shot.
When I first met Howard, I actually hadn't really heard of him.
He came to me and he met me for the first time and he goes, "Whoa, what a disappointment. You know, you're such a wild man. How come you don't look wild?"
I was so stunned to see this guy, just t-shirt, maybe corduroy, I don't know, pair of sneakers, a little tiny afro, mustache, little glasses.
He says, "Man, you should grow your hair long again." I said, "Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I ever cut it."
And now I have to suffer having people say to me, "Gee, you know, you look like a blonde Howard Stern."
That's cool, just like that.
Howard has mastered all communication, including posing. He moves from Entertainment Weekly to a shoot with Details magazine.
Details kind of guy. Are you ready? Very detailed.
Howard seems to have more drive than most people, and whether at a photo shoot or back at the nerve center of his empire, Howard is always in charge.
92.3 K-Rock. We're back.
Yeah, baby. Now we're rocking. All right, Robin, now it's getting very packed in here. We have camera crews from CNN, E! Entertainment. We have the reporter, of course, from CNN.
He has the ability to repulse people, and he also has a genuine, terrific sense of humor.
Most people have heard of me. They've heard about some guy who keeps getting fined by the United States government for being a dirty, filthy disc jockey. And that's all they know about me. And I think that they'll read this book and they'll learn something that I think is true, that I am a dirty little filthy disc jockey, and they will enjoy it.
Journalists come from everywhere to try and understand the Howard Stern mystique. Mark McEwen of CBS This Morning seemed to appreciate his audience with the king.
It was right around my birthday that I lost my virginity. It's all in the book.
I know it.
I lost my virginity in water. Well, almost.
Was it a pool?
Sort of. I didn't really actually lost it in my parents' house, but
So did I.
it almost
Mine was
happened in the
amazing.
water. You have to read about it. It's very brutally it's disgusting. You'll feel good about your own life when you read about my miserable life.
Howard, thank you.
All right, thanks.
I've known Howard for a long time, and Howard's an okay guy.
Time is a precious commodity for the world's most popular author. He grants another in a series of interviews as he speeds towards his parents' house.
We're on the way to Long Island. With my parents' house we're going today.
Right.
Because, well, what can I tell you about it? Where they live now is a lily white community, pretty much. And this is the community they moved to out of Roosevelt that I finally convinced them to move to. Mm-hmm. Hi, guys. Hey, Howard. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? All right. What? What?
They might want you. NBC, hi, sweetie.
Hi.
NBC might want you.
Isn't that nice? Good to see you. Good to see you. You handsome devil. Oh, look at that.
Don't start with me, Howard.
Why can I look like that? Don't start. Bet you my sister wants to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hiding behind you.
Very lovely. Come here, Father. Give me a kiss on camera.
On camera.
The Stern men are not afraid to kiss.
How are you?
Being interviewed by a good-looking guy like Stone Phillips, who's had the world handed to him on a silver platter because he's so handsome.
Was he as beautiful as I am yet?
Look at you.
Look
Get in there, get in there.
Look at what I
eating. We're both eating. We're both.
Look what I have to go through to look halfway as good as you. Here we are.
Oh,
All right.
there he is.
So many cameras.
We didn't wait for you, Howard.
Oh, you prepared such a beautiful meal.
Howard, you're interrupting our good
Wow, this is great.
I will unabashedly say that I enjoy listening to Howard. I think he's incredibly funny. I think he's very personable and engaging, and I like him.
There is so much to know about this creative genius and so little time. Howard graciously agrees to continue the interview on another day.
We're at Radio Waves. We're going to do an interview with Stone Phillips. I've only talked to him for 100 hours.
No, 100 more.
No, 100 more. And the story already, I can tell you exactly what it's going to be. Well, it's just going to be about the FCC.
The demand for autographed books never stops. Autographed copies have been resold for thousands of dollars.
Tim, don't ruin me. Thanks, man. This is it. Parting is such sweet sorrow. But we got to do it. I hope we will cross paths. Yeah, I hope so, too. That was fun. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Stone. I enjoyed it.
You'll meet the creators of this multifaceted genius. And America's hero will exchange verbal slings and arrows with other media icons when we rejoin our exclusive behind-the-scenes journey with Howard Stern on tour. Hello again, I'm Patrick McNee with E's Howard Stern on his whirlwind book tour. The promotion schedule has been stepped up to a dizzying pace. Howard's book hit #1 on the New York Times bestseller list in its first week of publication. Interviews are conducted with Time Magazine, People, Associated Press, and Donahue. And now, we're going to join Howard as he storms the set of Geraldo and Joan Rivers. Geraldo makes Howard feel at home on his show by booking some of his favorite characters, such as Amy Lynn, Tempest, and others.
Let's try to keep it clear back here. Stand by, Howard.
Howard's turn. Geraldo has been on the E! Show and been very open. So I go back with Geraldo. We've used each other like whores for ratings.
I met Howard June of '90 when I was cover girl in Centerfold for Penthouse. I was going on the show to promote my book with a friend of mine, Young MC, brought me on. And from there, I guess we just had some good radio.
Geraldo, when is the last time you massaged a naked woman? Besides your wife?
Besides my wife?
Yeah. Now, Geraldo was a famous womanizer, something you've admitted to. Geraldo,
you tell this is not the Donahue show. Going into recovery now.
I thought it was very good. I think Geraldo's a fan. I think Geraldo did a real good job with it. I think they did a lot of work producing the thing, getting all those people there. I liked it. I thought it was good.
One more. Appreciate everything.
All right, same here.
Stern can't rest after his triumph on Geraldo. An appearance by Howard Stern can propel a show's ratings into the stratosphere. So everyone lusts for a visit from America's most beloved author, including Stern's old friend, Joan Rivers.
The game plan is to do a little making out with Joan. Usually I chase her around and stuff, but this time I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the lips, the tongue, put my hand up her dress, the whole deal.
Throw her up on the coffee table.
Yeah, that little coffee table. First of all, the funniest thing also I'm going to bring up is our publicity picture. Joan hasn't looked this good in 20 years. She likes me because I think she finds me funny. She likes the fact that I'm quick and spontaneous, she told me. She's told me this. And also because a lot of people like me and I send her ratings up through the roof. How did I look on the cover of my book?
Very, very, very.
And you're not attracted to that? You don't want to make love to me? I like Joan because she does my show. She has a great sense of humor.
I like him because of his energy, because he'll say anything, because he'll do anything, he'll go with the show. He's incredible. He's a wonderful guest.
This is my girlfriend, for real. I've been dating her for years. How'd it go? How'd it go? Well, Joan...
No, he's going to say it went terrible.
No, I always feel Joan does the most relaxed interview. She doesn't bog you down with like, what do you want to talk about, ahead of time and this kind of thing. So it's always good for the guest. This will be a very highly rated show, there's no doubt.
And Howard, is she a good kisser?
You want to know something? She wasn't bad, but she really held back. She didn't. She really didn't put out, and I don't see why. I don't even get why.
I'll save it for the Motel 6.
I happen to be the #1 best-selling author in the country. There were women dying to kiss me.
I know. It's so was Zsa Zsa Gabor.
No, but you really do. You are put off by me. I don't care. I'm never kissing you again. I'm not going to kiss you again.
That's a diary entry.
Leave Joan alone. She really has to get back to her young boyfriend. Go ahead. Go back there. He's waiting in the dressing room.
Thank you.
Oh, look, here's Joan's dog. Hey, there it is. Beautiful. I'm going to step on its head. All right. Bye, Joan.
Goodbye, Howard.
Come on, kiss me goodbye for the camera. Come on, kiss goodbye.
Sure.
Come on, kiss me.
Goodbye, Howard.
All right, baby.
Goodbye.
All right. Joan Rivers. Hey.
Still ahead, you'll see rare footage of the literary genius as a playful youngster, and the near riot on the streets of Manhattan when Howard does a record-breaking book signing.
As of right now, 10:20 a.m., I'd say that there's approximately 3,000 to 4,000 people online already.
Welcome back to E's Howard Stern on Tour. I'm Patrick McNee. Cher is quoted on the back of Private Parts as saying, "I hate him, he's a creep." Such self-effacing humor is just the tip of the Howard Stern iceberg. Listeners, viewers, and readers, weary of a party line, are stimulated by Howard's honesty. He is an individual with the courage to say what he feels. That is why Stern is the king of all media. But a king is only as strong as the loyalty of his subjects, and at Stern's book signings, the world witnessed the strength of that loyalty.
Baba Booey giving me reports on outside Barnes & Noble where we'll be appearing. Says it's a party already.
All right.
People dancing in the
Gee, I
street.
wish I was there.
Girls ripping their tops off. I want to, let's get over there. I might get over there early.
Started about 6 o'clock last night. We started to get a crowd forming. A couple of sleeping bags out there, lawn furniture, and they were pretty orderly. As of right now, 10:20 a.m., I'd say that there's approximately 3,000 to 4,000 people online already.
Howard Stern, the greatest of all time.
Howard is
the greatest. He's the sanest, most intelligent humorist in America. I left Cleveland at noon yesterday. I got in at 3 in the morning, and I left the wake-up call at the room for 5 to be down here this morning.
I'm supposed to be at work today, and I took the day off.
It's good, clean American literature.
Howard Stern is a New Yorker, and New Yorkers love one of their own. But the last time the Big Apple made such a fuss was when John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr brought their British band to Shea Stadium.
We pulled up, and I don't think he expected there to be as many people as there was.
7 blocks, and it took us 45 minutes.
This is like unbelievable. Closing down Fifth Avenue in the middle of the day.
It's mind-boggling. I never thought there would be such a reception to his book, and we're very proud of it.
They opened up the door, and the security guy pulled me out. About 5 security guys pulled me out and lifted me up. My feet weren't hitting the ground, and I was just going. I was just going really fast. And you're totally, out of control, and people are swarming all over you. You get a little bit nervous.
Thanks. My picture.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry,
Oh my
man.
God!
Why are you so upset?
Because
Shut up and sit down.
I feel good. Seems like a lot of people really enjoy the book. Thanks. They enjoy the radio show. And it feels good.
Howard Stern, I love you. Bye.
Believe it or not, the Stern mania Howard experienced in New York was exceeded in Philadelphia. The city of brotherly love turned the king of all media's book signing party into a very wild scene. I said, wild thing! 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 I think I love it! Here we go! 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Howard! We all have one thing in common. We're all here for Howard. That's the reason why we're here. And Howard Stern is the king of media, and we call him the king of media because he really is the king of media. My name is Mike Spitz, and I'm proud to say that I'm the first person online.
Has this ever happened to you before?
Being swamped as big as this? Not to this magnitude, no. And certainly not at this store.
It's like the Beatles. I feel like Ringo. I don't think anybody is a bigger Howard Stern fan than fans here in Philadelphia. We love him.
I was around the corner, and they told me Howard was here signing books, so I came over.
It's pandemonium. Enough's on stage. Jay Leno is here. Howard just came in. So,
you know, that's the beauty of radio. You can see the pandemonium.
How do you like this reception? It's almost as big as the Phillies.
I'll tell you something. I feel great about it, and I'll tell you, people are really responding to the book. They, you know, when you sit in your basement, you're writing this thing, you wonder if people are going to find it funny, and everybody's responding really well to it, and they're getting a laugh a page, so I feel real good about it. And judging by the crowd, people are eating up the book, and that's great. It makes you feel real good. Philly has really embraced the show, as you know, and they've embraced the book. I mean, whenever I come to Philly, Philly's my highest-rated town.
Wow, what a rock!
I want to thank Dean, the band Widowmaker, for coming out today. They just volunteered their services today to come out and entertain you.
When I met Howard, I was king of the world, and Howard was really just recovering from being fired from NBC. And we became very good friends, and we stayed friends.
Exhausted by the frenzied crowd, Philadelphia's Men in Blue felt they had to shut down the event, even though the main attraction was ready, willing, and able to continue signing books.
They're getting drunk, and it could be violent if we keep waiting. If we wait too much longer, really. Yeah.
It's just that it's getting late in the day, and we planned on stopping at a certain time, and this is the time we plan on stopping. And that's it.
Howard Stern, thank you very much.
There is no end to the talents of Howard Stern. Stay tuned for a never-seen-before virtuoso piano performance by Maestro Stern. And you'll also meet the woman who fell in love with the brilliance in Howard before he was famous. I'm Patrick McNee. Welcome back to Howard Stern on Tour. In his masterpiece, Private Parts, Mr. Stern is typically frank about his life growing up. But now we have an opportunity to learn even more about how the author was nurtured, grew, and blossomed into the genius we know today.
I found him very creative. He did puppet shows, organized a little band. I made him a little keyboard. I mean, anytime he expressed any interest in creativity, I always try to help him with it.
He really was a very good boy. He was always kind of mature for his age, actually. He was a friendly kid. He had a lot of friends. Very easy to raise, actually.
Howard was a leader growing up. Children really gravitated towards him. There were 5 years difference in our age, so we really did not interplay a lot.
This December will be 20 years since our first date, and we've been married, I think it was 15 years in June.
The author's parents still live in the house where Howard became a man. This shrine will someday be declared a monument.
What we're doing is sitting around the dining room table looking at the photo album. When you guys walked in, we wanted to look at the family photo album. Matter of fact, you're going to like this. Here it is, June 4th, 1978. That is my wedding date, and I am going to allow you now to see my wedding album because this is truly embarrassing.
And no.
We were married in Brookline, Massachusetts. My wife, of course, is from Boston, and there she is as I took her on her wedding night. That is her before the big honeymoon night. Now, I'm going to show you a dapper guy. Now, there I am with the world's worst mustache, and I am there, and that is a very coiffed look. And this is my eggshell suit that I bought at Barney's.
You really did look
My mom and dad bought me that suit because I had no money. And here I was getting married, which I think my parents thought was a real good idea.
Mucho dinero.
But you thought it was kind of silly to get married, Dad, in a way, because they didn't really make any money, right?
No.
You never expressed that to me, but maybe I thought that.
No, very happy.
No, you were happy? Maybe I should have waited until I was more
I
established.
felt for the price of the suit to
Right.
get you married was well worth it.
Well, besides, Allison was making a decent living. I figured I was on the easy street.
I was looking for someone to support you.
I couldn't believe it. Now, here is my other family. These are my in-laws, my father-in-law Bob and my mother-in-law Norma, and they have accepted me with open arms, and there I am. Every parent's worst nightmare. There I am with their daughter, deflowering their daughter. This is my sister's wedding, and I think this picture is particularly relevant because I had long hair in high school, always had long hair, and my parents and my sister said, you are dishonoring us with this long hair. We would like you to cut it for the wedding. I said, no, I'll wear it in a ponytail, which would be good, because with the hair back, in the ponytail, it'll even look like I have short hair. So anyway, they said, no, you have to get a haircut. So they made me chop my hair off. I almost look like the Wedge, is the Wedge look.
You look good. You look good.
Veronica Lake, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
You look
So
good,
anyway,
Howard.
my family turned me into this.
A human being.
Ah, come on.
One can only imagine what Hemingway or Twain would have shown us in the house of their parents.
This house was designed as a booby trap for me. As you can see, everything is set so that I'll bang my head into here.
Oh, stop that.
See, look, now why would you have a house?
Because you gave me this fixture. This was from your house.
Am I generous or what? I gave this to my mother. Isn't it beautiful? It was hard to part with, to be honest with
You
you.
should see my head from that thing.
Do you bean yourself
I
on
had
this?
a full head of hair before she put that
Yeah,
on.
look at this. It doesn't make
Look
sense.
at that. You think I don't hit that? Look, Howard.
I don't want to hear
Wow.
that.
I took piano lessons. Got 5 years of piano lessons. Maybe I could perform something for you in my parents' house. I call this Twilight Zone. And it all goes on and on and on.
I'm so proud of him when he plays that.
Yeah, how many years did I take lessons?
I think I spent, was it $15,000 on piano lessons?
Yeah, 5 years I took piano
And
lessons.
it's very nice, and I'm very proud of him. Listen.
There is a house in New Orleans.
Beautiful.
All at the rising sun. It rules by many a poor boy. And Lord, I know someone.
I've been trying to get my money back that I spent on the piano lessons. He refuses to give me any.
Yeah, there it is. And that's what I learned. And my piano teacher killed himself.
Yeah, he did.
And he begged you every day that please release him from teaching
Right.
me piano. The guy didn't even want to teach
And
me
then
piano.
the man committed suicide.
He really did.
But I thought it over and I said, look, he's got to go on with his lessons.
Yeah. Here is the bed that I actually pleasured myself at night. And this is the first bed that I slept with a woman in. The first girl I ever slept with, right here on this bed. I seduced her on my father's apricot brandy. But they were out of the house, my mother took a job, and I got a girl up here, and I begged her for about 2 hours to sleep with me, and she eventually did. And it lasted all of 1 minute. And this was my desk, where, of course, I ignored my homework. You see that? Isn't that a lovely desk? A man can really sprawl out on that desk and really learn his lesson in life.
As E's behind-the-scenes exclusive of Howard Stern on Tour continues, our cameras will capture the grand finale celebration of the literary event of the century. There's a time to reap and a time to sow. Welcome back to Howard Stern on Tour. I'm Patrick McNee. The time to sow for a writer is when one is alone with the words. The time to reap is after the writing is done. The poet A. Houseman understood this when after a day of composing he declared, "Ale, ale's the thing. Poetry is for fools." Every accomplished writer deserves a party, none more so than Howard Stern. So let's party with Howard at the distinguished Harley-Davidson Club in New York.
Have your invitations out, please?
Know which way you're coming up? Over?
The line, sir.
Come over here 1 second, Joey. Hey, Joe.
When you write the best-selling book, it's a whole different way of life. People carry me wherever I go. Beautiful women follow me around. Even my wife can't believe the attention that I receive. See you guys.
Inside, the discussion turns to vital literary questions such as Stern's philosophical impact on existential relativity.
I love this man! Oh, I love Geraldo too! Howard, I love the brother. Because like I said, he's a shock jock, he's weird, he's wild, and everybody love it. I love it, because I'm a weird guy. Can you dig it? Howard!
He is. He's a very attractive man.
You know, I think Howard's a genius.
Well, Joey, some people say you look like Howard.
Nah, Howard looks like me.
Obviously, there are a lot of closet Howard Stern fans. And they love this guy, and the book came out, and the book was terrific.
This is truly a great celebration. You know, when I was sitting down in the basement writing the book, I didn't know what the reaction would be. And I got to tell you, I'm genuinely thrilled. I want to thank everyone for making this the #1 book in the country.
I know this man a long time, and I think he is absolutely brilliant. And what has happened to you is deserved.
Society has changed. They understand and appreciate candor and genius. And in Howard, we have both.
And the last thing they should be doing, those jackasses in Washington, is trying to censor him.
Thank you. Thanks again for all your support. Thanks for being there with me.
An hour ago, we began our journey with Howard Stern on tour. We've learned Mr. Stern is a man of honesty, passion, talent, and courage. Never afraid to say what's on his mind, whether it's a popular opinion or not. And the greatest thing about Howard Stern is that his most creative years are still ahead. I can't wait to see what's next. Thanks for watching. I'm Patrick McNee for E!, the Entertainment News and Information Authority.
If you missed any of your favorite talk shows this past week, then stay tuned. We're going to have a creme de la creme, a bouillabaisse, if you please, of Talk Soup Weekend. It's coming up next.